Hello and welcome, viewers. Thank you for joining this live chat session. I could not do it on Saturday. I had some fever, headache, and cold. So I'm recovering gradually. Now I think now I can talk to you. Thank you for joining Johannes Mola, Petrus Sigai, Salman Hassan, AG123. Peace and Love, who has been asking about my recovery. Thank you, Peace and Love. Uh, then we have Abel, Billy, TP, U2, Micaias, Heavenly Emperor Manelik, See Now, John Wonder, Sadig Adam, Tazabi, Vinta Cross, one of my regular viewers, Vinta. We have Latish, Damasio, Yibeltal, Turbo, 911, Leol Ibrahim, Girom, Lala Nani, sorry, Joe Toronto, again a regular viewer, Samuel, thank you for joining, viewers. Trying to read as many names as possible here. Katie Samra. Someone was commenting about Bati, Kambolcha, and Dasi. Salman, you're saying again and again. Why are you repeating this comment about Dasi, Kambolcha, Bati? It's not a news for the people who follow this channel. They know it because I have been updating you for the last 5 days about Dasi, Kambolcha. So they know what's happening on the ground. It's news for you, not for these people who are watching this channel. We know that Kambolcha, Desi were about to fall. And I was the first one in local, national, international media who talked about TDF's withdrawal from Lalibela, Dasi, and Kambolcha. And secondly, I am the only news source now which has been updating you about on the ground situation in Kambolcha. I shared some exclusive pictures from Kambolcha, viewers, which were shared with me by some very reliable sources who endanger their lives, viewers, to help me. And I salute those sources. They keep me updated, and then I keep you updated. So I'll try to keep you updated without any bias, without any support for any side. We will update you in an impartial, unbiased, and neutral way. I want you to know the real things which are happening on the ground. Yes, TDF withdrew from Lalibela. It started its withdrawal from Kambolcha last night. I think at around 4 to 6 p.m. it started withdrawing from Kambolcha. Then obviously, if you lose Kambolcha, then Dasi also falls. So Dasi Kambolcha's fall is not a news for us. Question is, what next? What next? Let's talk about that, viewers. What next? What do you think? Where will TDF end its retreat? Where will it say that now here we will fight? Either we die or fight. Let me tell you one thing, viewers. This withdrawal, let me clarify one thing. TDF was in a far, plain terrain, vulnerable to air strikes, also very precise drone strikes. TDF's artillery, its armored, its APCs were destroyed. TDF was not in a position to advance, it retreated. Same happened on Gashina front. TDF suffered losses, drone strikes, it had to retreat. Retreat after that from Kamise, Senbate, Ataye, largely peaceful, largely peaceful. Even in Kambolcha too, though there were artillery strikes on Kambolcha, but we cannot say that TDF fought in Kambolcha. We cannot say that TDF fought for Kambolcha. We cannot say that TDF tried to defend Kambolcha. No. TDF tried to collect whatever it could from Kambolcha, aid, machinery, fuel. It did not leave in small convoys. It would have been vulnerable. So all the TDF units from Oromia Special Zone, North Shore, they arrived in Kambolcha. Then in huge convoys, TDF gradually withdrew. There were artillery strikes, some firing, shooting for almost 10 to 8 hours, I think. But we cannot say that TDF tried to defend Kambolcha. It withdrew. It tried to save as much of its manpower, its resources, military assets as it could. It withdrew. Same is what happened in Dassi. TDF withdrew. That is why I say it's a withdrawal. One drone strike happened on Dassi last night. I told you about that. Just one drone strike. So we cannot say that ENDF and regional forces are trying to stop this withdrawal. So far, just one drone strike. So maybe in coming hours, they might try to stop TDF convoys, which are on their way from Dassi towards Waldia. But so far, largely, we would say it's a withdrawal. Having said that, TDF was forced to withdraw. It was forced to withdraw because it suffered losses due to precise drone strikes in Afar and on Gashina front. Next question. How far will they withdraw? What's your take on that? Keeping aside your support for your side, where will they stop and say, we'll fight or die here? They did not fight till death in Kambolcha. They did not fight till death in Dassi, in Kamise, Ataye, everywhere. They withdrew. Where will they stop this withdrawal? That is the question now, viewers. Someone is saying Waldia. Why do you say they'll stop at Waldia? Someone is saying Mekele, Chifra and Kazageta. They're already out of Chifra. They've lost Chifra, Kazageta. They're not there. Why do you say Waldia? Someone is saying Western Tigray, Tambian, Wuchale, Alamata. Why do you say they'll stop at Wuchale, Alamata, Tambian, or Waldia? What's the reason behind that? Greetings from Jamaica. Thank you. Greetings to you. Kobo. Borders of Tigray. Yes. Let's now talk about that point. Borders of Tigray. Someone is saying they'll stop at borders of Tigray. This is the point. Where are the borders of Tigray? Do Amhara leaders recognize Alamata, Koram as part of Tigray? If TDF withdraws from these places towards Koram, Elamata, let's say they stop at Koram, Elamata, don't you think that Amhara forces, ENDF, will try to push them back, further back into Tigray? For TDF, their border is Koram, Elamata, here on this front. So they'll try to defend Koram, Elamata. In order to defend Koram and Elamata, will they stop at Koram and Elamata, or will they stop at Vuldia, Kobo? That is the question. Yes, I think they'll try to stop somewhere near Elamata. They can be near Kobo. It's difficult for them to hold on to Vuldia because from a far side, from Gashina, we could see huge attacks towards Vuldia. They might try to defend Vuldia, but they would try their best to keep Amhara forces and Ethiopian National Defense Forces away from Elamata. Elamata is their border for them, but it's not the border for Amhara regional government. They'll not stop at Elamata. They'll push them back. They'll try to push them back towards Macho, towards the south of Mekelle somewhere. So, interesting things are going to happen. We'll have to wait, but TDF is withdrawing towards Vuldia, it seems. Someone is saying, what is going on in Debre Birhan? Debre Birhan is as peaceful as it was. War never reached Debre Birhan. It was far away from Debre Birhan, or at a distance from Debre Birhan. Any secret, unofficial deal? I don't think so. I don't think so that there was a deal. There is not a deal. But I have a scenario about what could happen. It's just my assessment, not based on any information. I think that Tigray will now move towards secession. Tigray wanted Addis Ababa. TPLF wanted to be in power once again in Addis. This dream has been shattered. Now Tigray would like to save Tigray. It could go for independence. It could go for secession. But for this secession, it needs Humra Volkayt. It needs corridor with Sudan. There is history of new, very recent history of new countries in this area. Sudan, South Sudan. Just a few years ago it happened. So I think Tigray might consider independence now. Before that, Tigray will have to regain Western Tigray. It will have to secure Koram, Elamata, Raya region. Ethiopian government will not let Tigray secede. Drone strikes on Tigray will continue. Even after TTF's withdrawal, drone strikes will continue. No more campaign is intensifying, viewers, launched by Ethiopian government. Reason behind that? There are fears that some foreign powers could back Tigray to turn into an independent country by providing them support from Sudan to capture Western Tigray. There are such fears in Ethiopian government circles. That is why this uh, campaign against the West, against the US, it's gaining pace. Rallies across Ethiopia, in the US, in the UK. International media is being put under pressure that do not support TPLF. So this pressure campaign is also a hint that in case of Tigray's announcement of independence, what would be the response of other countries, foreign powers? Will they back Tigray or not? I have this just gut feeling it could happen. Because once you push someone against the wall, they have no option but to go for some desperate measures. It could happen. TDF has been forced to withdraw. If drone strikes continue on Mekelle and they cannot find a way to counter these drone strikes, they don't have any strategy, they don't have any weapons. TDF does not have any weapons to counter TB2s and Winglongs, especially TB2s. How will TDF counter these drone strikes? So either you reach those places from where drones are flying, which you cannot because you have withdrawn, or somehow you stop delivery of drones to Ethiopia from Turkey, from UAE, which is not happening as well. The two countries are supporting Ethiopian government. So TDF is not in a position to stop these drone strikes. If the strikes continue, TDF leaders, TDF channels, TPF leaders, they'll not be in a position to do anything. I mean, the drone strikes are in residential areas. Their houses are being targeted. TDF, TPLF leaders are the target. If they're pushed against the wall, they'll be left with no option but to announce independence. It might happen, viewers. I'm speaking too much today. You're not questioning. People are commenting a lot, not questioning. Someone is again sharing the news, Kambolcha Dasi Bati, which we discussed 5 days ago. Where is Debrecen? Come on, he's alive. I can confirm that. Where is Sadkan? At least believe official news sources, official sources. At least believe official sources. Geta Choida shared pictures of Debrecen and Sadkan. So we should not doubt until we have some evidence. If someone has evidence of the killing of Debrecen or Sadkan, they should share the evidence. Otherwise, how can we doubt the evidence shared by Geta Choida? I always share official statements from all sides. TDF's captures, ENDF's captures, I have covered all of them. All new captures of ENDF, I'm covering them. All their official statements. I have not left a single one uncovered so far. We should not doubt official statements so easily if we don't have any evidence to challenge these official statements. Someone is saying West Tigray is next. Yes, it could happen, but it depends upon the new front lines. We'll have to wait for the new front lines. Where will the new front line be? In southern direction, to the south of Mekelle. What's Pakistan and India's stance on this? You should talk on that if you have some knowledge about Pakistan and India. I am covering Ethiopia now. Let me speak on Ethiopia. Again, people are saying, Desi, Kambolcha freed. We know it. Let's talk about something ahead. What about the situation after this capture? We know it. For the past 5 days, we know it. Let's talk about what's going to happen in coming days. Yes, important question. Someone is saying, do you think ENDF will go to Tigray? No. No, I don't think that Ethiopian National Defense Force, regional forces will launch ground invasion of Tigray. They won't do it. They don't need to do it. They have drones and sitting hundreds of kilometers away from Mekelle, they can hit Mekelle. They will not enter Tigray. They'll keep Tigray under pressure. They'll continue drone strikes. They'll try to push TDF back as much as possible. But I don't see them start ground invasion of Tigray. Do you think Egypt will back TDF? Don't know. Egypt can only back through Sudan. If Western Tigray becomes a new battlefront, and if foreign powers decide that Tigray should be an independent country, we might see some players being involved in this war. It's too early to say now. Do you think TDF will attack Eritrea? Someone is asking, do you think TDF will attack Eritrea? TDF is withdrawing after suffering losses from Amhara region. It's not in a position to attack Eritrea. How can it do it now? How can it attack Eritrea now? It's not in a position to attack Eritrea now. It could not remain in control of its gains. It has suffered losses. It had to retreat. Drone impact if TDF goes westward. Drones will remain operational. Bahirdar, Gonda airports can be used. Eritrean soil can also be used. So drones will remain operative in Western Tigray too. Why is ENDF giving safe passage to TDF? Yes, important question. Why is Ethiopian National Defense Force giving safe passage to Tigray Defense Force? Well, if you trap them, they'll continue fighting. Simple as that. If you trap them, they'll fight back, they will not withdraw. So that is why ENDF, Amhara forces, they want them out. They want them to leave. Yes, someone is talking about OLA. Yes, we neglect OLA. OLA joined TDF militarily. Both started joint operations in Romeo Special Zone. What is the fate of OLA? TDF is withdrawing in northern direction, OLA in southern direction. What will they do now? Well, OLA will come under immense pressure. In coming days, you will see uh, crackdown operations, military operations against OLA. Drone strikes already underway in Romeo viewers. I think in two videos I informed you about drone strikes along the road, Nakamte, Firot Islam Road, Kiramo was the name of the place. Drone strikes are underway on Oromia too. OLA will come under immense pressure. Karayo elders have been killed. Did a video on that too in East Shiva zone. It means OLA and OLA supporters, sympathizers, enablers, all will come under pressure. It would be a test of OLA as well. Can OLA survive this new uh, offensive, which will happen in coming days? You will see that, viewers. So hard time ahead for OLA. Any news from BG and Gambala? Obviously, they'll come under pressure too because they were working in alliance. BG, OLA, Gambala fighters were working in alliance, especially in border areas. Now, all of them will come under pressure. Why did you refuse to comment on Debreczen's speech? I did a video on Debreczen's speech yesterday, I think. I think he issued a statement, then a Zoom meeting, which I got hint of what he said there. Did a video on that. After that, he spoke, I think, and nothing was new in his speech. Same things which I think he mentioned in his statement in the Zoom meeting. Chances of other parties contesting TPLF in Tigray. Which other party can challenge TPLF in Tigray? No one. TDF can challenge. TDF, TPLF are two parties, you can say. Other parties, small parties, they don't have any large scale presence there. So split could be between TDF and TPLF or within TDF, within TPLF. No signs of any other party having a major role in Tigray in place of TPLF. I don't see it. Do you think, important question, let me take it. Do you think tanks and artillery are liability in war? Yes, if your rival has world-class drones, these world-class drones are called armor killer, tank killer, artillery killer, APC killer, because they they make the movement of these vehicles impossible. We saw that in Nagorno-Karabakh war two years. When the war started, I remember uh, Armenia lost its artillery, its tanks. And then suddenly all the artillery, all the armor, it was just routed out of the battlefield. Israeli, Turkish drones destroyed those pieces of military equipment. If you have world-class drones, then sometimes your artillery, your tanks, they become a burden for you. Views 32 minutes have passed. Let me now wrap up this live chat session. Can't speak more. We'll try to have a session in this week after 2 to 3 days. I'll try my best. It's difficult to speak more, so I try to take questions, as many as I could. Thank you for joining. I'll keep you updated. Coming days are very crucial. We'll see how far TDF will withdraw. Let's not spread rumors. Let's not believe in rumors. Let's not ridicule others. If armies want to fight, fight like men. Fight like men. And don't believe in spreading rumors. Don't spread rumors. Don't endanger civilians' lives. Try to speak the truth. So we'll try to keep you updated about what's happening on the ground in coming days too. See you in this week, someday after 2 to 3 days, I think. Thanks for watching. See you. Bye-bye.